Hi everybody, it's Marianne, and today I thought I would show you how I store my ephemera and die cuts. So like the paper die cuts come in a package like this, die cuts, ephemera, whatever you want to call it. And I just have a composition book that I got, I think, at Target at back to school time. And to start, I just opened up the middle of my book and just started to glue some ephemera in. I'm pretty sure I started with this one. So I had Crate Paper Open Road die cuts. So you see how like none of them are overlapped. So when I first started, I just started in the middle of the book and started gluing. I think I had some mounting squares, photo splits, photo squares, whatever you want to call them. I just had an extra package hanging around, so I figured I would use that. I think I just used one, maybe one or two per die cut. These are actually in there pretty well. But so when you go to use them and you rip them out, some of the paper does come with it. Yeah, see, like that one. So some of the paper does come out with it, but I can live with that. And then you could always just fill in the spot where you got it out from. So I didn't go and buy any special adhesive for this, although you could go buy something that is not permanent. Temporary, that's the word I was thinking of. So I went through all my die cuts. I had them organized in, I don't know if they're called CD sleeves, but you see how like these die cuts are in here? So I bought them on Amazon, probably 100 pack. And I opened up all my packages and I slipped them in here, and then I had them stored. But then I still had the same problem of I had to dump everything out to see what I had, and honestly, I just never went through them to look to add to a page. So I just found that it's not my original idea. I think I saw it online. I know I saw it online. I might have seen it in somebody's video. I went looking. I couldn't find exactly where the idea came from. But this way, I just know it's just so much easier for me to just pick up one thing, the book, and just flip through and see what I might use. Now, I did mine by manufacturer. So if it was Maggie Holmes, I put all the Maggie Holmes together in collections. And any other little pieces, you know, this probably came from a cut-apart sheet of her paper, pattern paper, so I just put that in there because I had them hanging around. But the way my brain works when I scrapbook is by designer. So if that doesn't work that way for you and you can't remember who makes what, but you know you want to go looking for asterisks or punctuation or something like that, then you could separate all your die cuts that way. I know a lot of people do that too. You know, and this has a bunch of different manufacturers on it, but it's all words. And I did on some of them write who it was by. This one was having to be like some Dear Lizzie ones. This is actually paper that I had cut apart for another project, and then I just glued them into my book because now they're just die cuts. There's a lot of these ones. I think it's Ellie Studio. I think that's what they're called. These came from, these are very old. I don't know if some of you will recognize those. They are, oh no, I can't remember the girl's name. Amy something. K & Company, those butterflies. Amy Butler, that was her name. Yeah, so all the die cuts, these are some Heidi Swapp ones. These are newer ones by We Are Memory Keepers. And also when I am going through the die cut pack, if I know it's something that I will never use, then I just get rid of it right then and there. I don't even bother to glue it in. This was a little bit questionable. I just glued these ones in. They're by Jen Hadfield. And some of these camping ones, I don't know that I would ever use, honestly, just because my family doesn't go camping. But so I had photo splits around. I could use that. Sometimes if I feel like it, I'll just use a glue stick. I also had some older adhesive. This one is a dot roller. It is permanent. But you know, if you just put a little bit on to get it to stick, then it will come off. And if a little bit of the paper tears, I'm okay with that. So if this doesn't bother you, that it gets really fat, and you like the idea of just being able to flip through something, then maybe this, you know, system is for you. And honestly, I found it a lot of fun to open up a package and glue it into my book. You could do it in front of the TV if you feel like it. This one here, I have some die cuts that are clear. So some of these are Heidi Swapp ones, and some, you know, with that one I just cut the backing off the package. But these ones also are clear, and I just glued them with my ATG. This pocket I glued right into the book, so that I know I have those there. And these I didn't glue. I probably didn't have my ATG with me, but I had these big clips. So I used that, and I think somewhere in the middle I also had another one. Yeah, see that one? That was Pink Paisley Citrus Bliss. And those are a bunch of like acetate ones. So, but it's super easy and actually a lot of fun. And I just, I did like vintage together, and towards the back I tried to do some seasons. So there's like fall, that's fallish, and it's a summer section. But I didn't have too many die cuts that were the season. That's my Amy Tangerine section from long ago. That was some Dear Lizzie. So my older stuff I just put in the back. And then if I had like some punches around that I didn't throw out for one reason or another, some circles. So I just find it really, really a great way to use my die cuts, because now I could just flip through my book, see if something matches, and take it out and use it. And if I don't, then I could just glue it right back in with a photo split or whatever. And then when I get a new package of die cuts, I can just glue them in. Sometimes, you know, it's just a weird shape for a photo split, so that doesn't always work. Or I don't feel like dealing with all the little pieces of paper left over from the photo split. But these are the newest ones that I have, or some that I just didn't get to yet. These jelly bean soup ones. So sometimes I will start off by separating the die cut pack into shapes and phrases and whatever, and then see what fits on the page. Like, see these little butterflies, they would be too little for a photo split. So I would probably just use either glue stick or the dot ruler for that one. That would be something I would just put a little bit, tiny bit on there so that it sticks. And the only thing you have to watch is that you don't put the today sticking out like that, because then when you turn the page, it's going to get wrecked in there. So I do give myself a little bit of room for a margin usually, so things don't get stuck in there. And as you can see, I layered them up pretty heavy. Not like the first few ones I did where I made sure nothing was overlapping. But that's personal preference. I just tried to cram as many as I could into the book, and hopefully I won't exceed more than one book. Also, people do it with sticker sheets. They'll just take their whole sticker sheet and either staple it in to a book like this, or put a piece of wax paper down and stick all the stickers on here. There's all different ways you can do it, but I find this to be the fastest and the easiest way for me to do it. And like I said, it's actually quite a bit of fun to just glue everything in. And I find it relaxing, and if I want to do something scrapbook-y, but scrapbook-y, but I don't really have the time to sit down and at my desk, or maybe not even the time, maybe just don't feel like being creative, at least I feel like I got something done. So I hope that answers any of the questions that you might have had on this system, and if you have any other questions, just leave a comment on the video. Okay? Thank you. Bye.